Hi guys, welcome. It is the fall. Temperatures have dropped. In the last week, we've had probably about a 20-degree drop. The leaves are falling, and it is time for the garden to be put to bed. It can be so tempting at this point just to walk away. You've had a long season, you're tired, you want to give it a rest. Take a rest yourself, but is that a good idea? Probably not. It's going to leave you with a really big uphill climb come next season. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I'm doing to put my beds to rest so we have the best opportunity to hit the ground running next year and have a really great season. I'd like to welcome you to my backyard Kentucky homestead. My name is Kim, and let's get started. And one note, I did record the video that you're about to watch about a week ago where the temperature was about 20 degrees warmer. There weren't so many leaves out. I think it was sunny, but I had to re-record this, so that's why it's different. And hang on, here we go. So the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and remove any of the old plants. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these peppers at their base so I leave the roots in the ground to decompose. Okay. And I do have some weeds. You want to make sure we pull out any weeds that are in here. We're going to pull out any tags or anything that we tied up the peppers with. And what I may actually do to add more, I'm going to go ahead and pull the drip out. I'm going to be replacing the drip with tape next year. So let me go ahead and pull this out. Grab the staples. It's kind of sad. I pulled everything out, so I could have had probably an entire month extra for the garden. I hadn't reacted so fast because it didn't get as bad as it was supposed to. So that should do it. I'm going to get some dirt. So the next step is going to be to add more raised bed mix to this raised bed. Because you'll see that every year the soil level will go down. It compacts, some of it washes out. So you pretty much do have to add more compost and soil. This bed wasn't as full as they usually are because it was a newer bed. So I'm going to be putting garlic in this bed. If I wasn't, I would go ahead at this point. I would not put the compost in here. I would just add the organic fertilizer and the alfalfa pellets I'm going to add to it next. But I do want to add garlic to this bed, so I need to go ahead and add some compost. For those beds that I'm not going to be planting right now, I'm going to just do this, the fertilizer, the alfalfa, and then cover it with straw. And then I will add compost to it next spring. And at this point, I'm only planning to plant about half of the bed with garlic. I'm doing 4 different types of garlic, which I have a video coming out on that. But I'm going to plant the garlic in its own individual bed so that the varieties don't get mixed up. So I just want to go ahead and spread this out over half. And then in the spring, I'll come back and put compost on this side as well. And I'm going to go ahead and use an organic fertilizer using Hollytone just because it's cheaper. Any fairly neutral, this is a 434. Anything close to a 555 is fine. They have umpteen different tones, but they're pretty much all the same. And this is a very slow release type of fertilizer, so it will take months for it to become available to the plants. So we'll just go ahead and put it in there. For the garlic side, I'm going to go ahead and add bone meal because we're wanting to focus on root development right now. Maybe get on the other side. In the spring, we will change to a more nitrogen-based fertilizer. But right now, we need it to focus on root development. And you don't want to use, in the fall when you're planting your garlic, you don't want to use a nitrogen-based fertilizer or anything heavy in nitrogen because you don't want a lot of green growth that's going to get damaged when the winter weather comes in. So the next step, I'm adding alfalfa pellets. Got these at Tractor Supply. It's about $25 for a 40-pound bag. And I'm going to put these even over the garlic because they're going to be slow, or it's going to take a while for them to break down. But they will, over the winter, add nitrogen to the soil, as well as additional organic matter. So I'm going to put this over each and every one of the beds. Now we're going to add straw to it. Okay, so there we go. This bed is ready to go for the winter. And in the spring we'll have garlic growing. So those are the basics of getting your beds ready for the spring, at least what I'm doing. There's a lot of different options. I would say with mulch, you want to use hardwood mulch. Pine would work. Cypress, cedar mulch would be great. I would not use dyed mulch because that's generally contractor ground up material and it's dyed. Also not rubber mulch because you don't want any of those chemicals to leach into your soil. But you can use grass clippings, you could use leaves, plenty of leaves right now. You could also use pine bedding, like from Walmart. That's what I used. I used what I had up, so we're done with that. You can also use straw. Just don't use hay. You don't want anything with seed in it. I still need to cut back a lot of my perennials. I am doing a video on which perennials you should cut back in the fall in the Northern Hemisphere and which ones you should probably leave until spring, so check that out. And until the next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, and bye.